Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The scenario is Puppet Shows and Shadow Plays. It was written by Adam Scott Glancy, and it's from the original Delta Green rulebook. Our handler is Holly Buteau, and this is episode 2. Our recap will be given by Chase Kapner as his character, FBI agent Andrew Adams. So, without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Chase.
Officer Hobbs. I was told I was the agent in charge of an investigation of a missing persons case around State Road 70 and the San Carlos Reservation. I got the warning that the local officers would be reluctant to get outside help. They were, at least initially. The tribal police was equally disturbed at our presence when I met with them. This is quite expected in such cases, I've heard. But I didn't know my own supposed subordinates would be so irritable. A strange team that I've been saddled with. I could get only confirmation that one of them actually was part of my agency, Greg Sullivan. There are also 2 doctors, Dr. Levon Blake, who I suspect was prescribing anything his team wanted, Dr. Carson Winthrop, who seemed nice enough, although I learned he was a coroner. Why we need these doctors on site escapes me. Finally, Sam Lee, hardened military, tall, stiff, stern, uptight, humorless. I can work with uncivil agents, but he is testing my limits. I was told I will get a promotion if I'll work through it, so I'll grin and bear it. The missing cases were Felix Royos, a gas station attendant. Dr. Blake and Sam went to the gas station he worked at and apparently found something in the CCTV footage. Shelley Hernandez, known to be found around Love's travel stop, likely prostitute, and we were given some numbers of more from her circle from the native police. Ed Stoltz and Chris Martin, who fished at the reservoir near the 70. Most disturbingly, 2 families missing, Troutners and Olsons, both tourists. Only one of the bodies found from the 2 families, and I heard they were very young. Our 2 doctors did an autopsy and found human bite marks. A Deputy Lopez saw the body as well, apparently he was so shaken, he is currently on a leave of absence. We got his number just in case. I want confirmation that the rest of my team is even FBI, or if they're just friends of Agent Sullivan, playing detectives, if possible.
Very good, Agent Adams. So it is Friday, August the 15th. You have a couple of leads to track down. What would you like to do?
Well, I believe I've had a word with, or at least let Tal know, that there is a place that I suspect that we might be able to follow up a lead with there for our missing victim. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm heading to, hopefully meeting him there.
All right. Tal, it sounded like you were heading in that direction as well.
Yeah, we were going to check out the apartment.
Okay. Terminus, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm following Agent Adams' lead here. I think we're, coming off the reservation fella's place, and I don't know if you want to follow up the detective, you want to scope out the sites, you want to go scuba diving in the reservoir. Maybe we can find that car.
I don't think I have the gear for that. I think I might just call Deputy Lopez.
Okay.
All right.
And Talus, what are you doing?
I'm pondering.
Okay. Kind of, yeah.
I don't know. I'll hang out with somebody if somebody wants the company.
We'll take you.
Okay.
Because I think you might have some good forensic skills.
Yep.
Sounds good. All right. So Throne, Tau, and Talus, you all pull up to a cheap and seedy Sunrise motel. It's standard, there's front office and then outward facing rooms kind of in a straight line. What would you like to do?
So the rest, I think we go hit the office first and then find out as much as we can there before we go to ground zero, just in case there's anything nasty waiting in there.
Yeah, I'll let you take the lead on this when it comes to interfacing with people. You're plan A, I'm plan B.
All right.
Plan acute, plan blunt. Yeah.
You enter the lobby. The AC is working overtime and failing as you just are greeted with hot air just blowing in your face. There's an older guy sitting behind the desk. He's got a little name badge that says Jim, and he is kind of boredly flipping through a magazine as one of those little oscillating fans just blowing right on his face. Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I called a little while ago regarding if you've got any people that run out on the bill, and I'll flash the FBI badge.
Yeah. Couple weeks back, when we were had a guy over in room 106, Nathaniel Abate. I don't know. He paid for a couple of nights in advance, and then when we went to go collect after he decided to extend his stay, he was just gone. So he owes a couple of days. You guys are government. Are you going to settle up this bill? Some government money?
I think we can arrange something.
Okay. All right. Better than I expected. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, we aim to please. First of all, tell us, what do you know about the guy?
He was kind of an odd guy. Muttered to himself a lot. Just didn't seem all that right in the head, to be honest. We get all kind of types around here. He gave me ID. If you dug into it, probably wouldn't hold up to any kind of scrutiny, but that, I don't ask questions. Man pays in cash, one accepts the cash. But yeah, he kind of had a southern accent, somewhere out east, if I had to guess. But yeah, he was an odd guy. Yeah, youngish, 30s, I think. But very odd manner about him.
Did he say much about why he was in the area or why he was in town?
He said that he was visiting with some friends, and yeah, like I said, I think he must have, touched in the head, schizophrenic or something, because he kept talking to himself, like, stop telling me what to do. And it was like, okay, buddy, you do what you want to do.
So these friends, did you ever see them, or are they the
no,
invisible types?
He'd be standing here just like you're standing talking to me, but every once in a while he'd start muttering to himself.
So invisible friends with him.
Yeah. Crazy crackpots. You get all kinds of place like this,
Hey, you take what you can get. Right. What's your policy regarding items that are left in the room? Have you got them stashed in a kind of lost and found, or is everything still in situ in the room? Has it been cleaned? Has it been touched? If so, what did you find? That kind of stuff.
We found a bag with some clothes. I'm happy to hand it over to you. I got a girl that comes in once a week and cleans up the rooms. I wouldn't say it's a very stellar job. So if you want to go looking around, if you're settling up the bill, I am happy to hand you the keys if you want to go poke around and see what's in there.
Okay. I will whip out a credit card, put it down on the counter, and wait expectantly for the key.
Mr. Moneybags. Yeah, he hands you the keys to room 106 and pulls out a small suitcase as well. Yeah, that's all I left behind.
Right. We'll drop the key back. We'll have a look around the room, probably about half an hour or so, just to make a good thorough search of it, and then drop the key back with you in a sec.
All right. Go ahead. All of you that are looking can make a search roll for me. This room, it looks pretty standard. Like nothing immediately pops out as just a cheap motel room, queen size bed and a small bathroom attached to it. Not even a TV or anything.
I'm having trouble finding the door.
98.
I got a 20.
Lucky. Okay. So the two of you are poking around, and you don't find much other than the Bible and the nightstand. Talus, you are you see a glint of metal under the bed, and when you pull it up, it's a police badge that belongs to the Houston Police Department, and the name on it says Braverman.
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 Here's a police badge.
Now, why would
Houston,
that be there?
Houston. They have a missing person. We should check that out.
Assuming it's real.
Well, I mean, does it look real?
You want to make a bureaucracy roll? See, like, get a feel. It feels real, but if you want to, actually make a
Yeah,
perception
I'll
check
roll
on
it.
it.
But yeah,
Oh,
06, under 30.
99.
Oh, it's legit, Tao. It's definitely legit.
It's got that made in China stamp on the back.
Yeah, you're convinced it's all fake.
That
So
could
it's
still mean
legit?
that it's legit.
Yeah. I'm saying Throne is convinced it's fake. You rolled 99. But yeah,
Alright.
this is a
Police in Houston,
legitimate.
what kind of
police
bullshit
badge.
story is this? They don't have to all out there.
Well, since this is legit, we can look this up in the database.
Yeah, the question is, what's a Houston police person being here in? We're still in Arizona, right?
Yes, you're in Arizona.
Do you think Majestic?
Wow, that was a leap. I'm thinking that something funny might be going on, but why would you say that?
I just don't like how someone else stepped out of car, pulled out a badge as well, and then gas station attendant was never seen again.
I'm going to transition over to Adams.
Yeah,
Adams,
I'm
you
pondering.
give not detective, like Deputy Lopez a call. Yeah. This is Lopez.
Hello, Lopez. This is Agent Andrew Adams with the FBI. I am calling.
Yeah.
I'm calling because unless I got some bad intel, I think that you are you witnessed a pretty gruesome scene, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm just taking some time, I'm just trying to forget.
If I wanted to meet with you about what you've seen, would it be easier for me to do that in person, or would you prefer me to ask questions on this call?
This is whatever works. If you want to meet in person, we can, or I can answer your questions here.
Well, here's the thing. I think that it would be best if you told me everything that you saw there in the best way that you can describe it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I saw there's a car pulled over on the side of the road, and I thought maybe someone needed help. It's I hadn't seen it there the day before, had passed by, kind of on rounds, and I looked inside, and there was a baby in the car seat. There wasn't anyone else, and oh God, it was like she was, I don't know, it was like she was eaten, like something had eaten her. I would like for you to make a human roll.
That's 42 under 80.
This is a heavily redacted story that he is telling you. You're definitely not getting the entire picture.
I feel like there's information you've left out that doesn't link up with some of the intel that I've already got from my associates. And I just want to let you know that if you're holding back on me for any reason other than if you're holding back on me for the reason of your personal comfort, not wanting to reveal something that might be harmful to you, that's fine, but it may cause you legal issues down the road.
Listen, okay, listen. I I know what happens when people make reports that just sound absolutely crazy. They lose their jobs, okay? And I tell you what I saw there, you're gonna fucking lock me up in the insane asylum. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We've already received plenty of information about or surrounding this case that is wilder than you could imagine. And I anything that you saw that you are able to give to me will be far less, quote unquote ridiculous than what you're thinking.
I shot him twice. Shot him twice, and nothing happened.
Who is this him?
I don't know. When I pulled over, there was a car. It wasn't just the car with the kid. There was another car, and I thought it was just a regular car, like a civilian's car, but it was like one of those like an unmarked cop car. You know, they had the lights, and so I thought, you know, this guy pulled someone over.
A local police?
No. It was Texas plates. That's why I was confused. You know, does this guy need help? And he was in the back seat. The door was open, you know, and it was like he was rummaging around in the back seat. And I called out to him and I said, do you need any help? And he looked up at me. It was, you're not gonna believe me when I tell you this. I'm serious. I shot him. I reacted. I shot him, but he just kept going. And then he got in his car and he shoved me out of the way and he got in his car and he drove away. It was like I had interrupted him in the middle of whatever he was doing.
What attribute of this figure was so upsetting, would you say?
His mouth. There's blood all over his face, you know, but then his mouth opened and it was like human mouth. Like you don't open your mouth. Like mouths don't open this big. And these things came out of it. It was like insect legs or something, and they have needle points on them. And it was what was that? What was that? And at this point, he's like hysterically working himself up.
Oh, I can tell this is quite distressing for you. Actually, I'm going to I have access to ways of getting you the help that you need. And I do want to speak to you in person. Is there any way we can arrange that?
Yeah, just somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Wherever you want. I can't sleep. That's all I think about is that face, that mouth, that kid.
All right. Are you familiar with what was it called?
Love's Travel Stop.
Are you familiar with Love's Travel Stop?
Yeah.
All right. We can head down there. If possible.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
You said you were at the FBI, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything's going to be okay.
All right.
After the phone ends, I say, Carson, I think we found our man.
Oh, yeah? I mean, I didn't catch all of that, but you said Love's Travel Stop. Are we going down there?
Yes. This man believes he saw some sort of mythical creature. And so he fired several rounds into this person that has been yet to be found. And I'm thinking that he sounded with the level of distress that I think he is very suspicious, to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how do you feel about that kind of story?
Come again?
Oh, you know, Would you say he had some like insect mouth thingy? How do you feel about that?
How do I feel?
Yeah.
I feel just fine. I know what I've heard, and
Mm-hmm.
I know that it is a fiction. Are you
Ah.
disagreeing with this, Agent?
Oh, far be far be it from me to disagree. I think your analysis seems spot on, but okay, yeah, yeah. Well, you don't want to. You always wonder, maybe there's a shred of truth. No, nothing, huh?
Shred of truth. I'm gonna call Sam, and uh he he seemed armed, and I don't want to go in there alone.
Yeah, if there's one thing Sam is, it's armed.
All right, I'm going to try to call Sam just because I felt like he was the most competent in uh, dangerous situations.
All right, I'll pick up. This
Okay,
is Special Agent Sam Lee.
so we followed up on the lead with the deputy, and the deputy believes to have fired several rounds into some sort of mythical creature, space alien type thing. He sounded hysterical, and I need some backup when I'm entering the travel stop.
Okay. I'm just coming back from a hotel.
He will be
I'm
going
with
there immediately, so I need your help now or never.
I'm going. We found something at the hotel though. We found a police badge actually
Mhm.
for us and for a police officer from Houston. A
Yeah.
Braverman. That was his last name.
Okay, so I'll give you what I know.
Okay.
He does believe that he shot a figure within a police car. So I'm thinking that he may have murdered whatever holder that badge had.
If he discharged his gun, someone might have covered that up. All right. Well, do you just want me? Because I'm also with Agent Sullivan and Agent Blake.
Do they know how to use firearms, and are they equipped with them?
They're FBI agents.
All right.
Plus, I'm
So you
medical,
say.
so I can sedate the man if we need to.
Okay, so all five of you are going to go to Love's.
Oops.
Very good. Okay. Agent. No, sorry, go ahead.
So he said that we're in a different car, right? So he said that the guy looked like he had insect parts
Yeah,
in his mouth.
and that he didn't go down with a couple bullets.
Well, that's new. That's
That doesn't
something I
sound like
haven't.
Majestic.
Nope.
No, but it definitely sounds like it. I mean, it might be the hallucinations of a madman, but it also could be something weird that we haven't encountered before.
I'm
Don't
thinking of
insects shed their skin?
You think it's wearing his skin?
I don't know, but um, I mean, in insects, I'm saying insect, whatever it was, insects can't be that big anyway. Insects have their armor on their outside. They have their skeletons on the outside, so they're pretty tough. You might hit them with a bullet, and if it was an angle, it would just bounce off.
I mean, this cop, he fired some bullets. I'll fire magazines.
Well, aim for areas.
I'm going to aim for its legs.
We're planning on how to. No, because a lot of insects, you can knock off 3 or 4 of their legs, and they could just keep going.
But there's only 2 legs. If I shred the muscle, the gristle, and the bone, you're not going to be able to move. Hopefully.
Maybe a can of Raid.
Yeah. We're gonna need a big can of Raid.
Agent
yeah,
Adams.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go in friendly, like go in
Okay.
quiet, and then I want to bring several agents with me, though. Maybe 5 would be too many to fill. I certainly want to bring the person most trained in combat.
Tell you
I
what,
can
I
wait.
suspect.
I'm gonna go into the stop anyways. I need to get some stuff. So yeah, if you wanna, I don't have to
We're-
be right up by this.
Before you get to Love's. So these 4 get into their car and you're in yours. You get a phone call.
Okay. Hello?
Am I talking with Agent Adams?
Yes, you are.
Good afternoon, Agent Adams. This is Agent Tran from Washington. Are you alone?
I am with a fellow agent.
Oh, Terminus is with you. Very well. I did not realize. I thought you were
Yeah.
all in the
Oh
same.
yeah. Sorry.
That's
no.
fair. All right. Very well. Agent Adams, give this number a call back at a time when you are available and able to take a private phone call.
Understood. As soon as I can.
And they just hang up on him.
Wow, you get a lot of phone calls there, huh?
Seems so.
Pretty popular guy, huh? I like the initiative.
Okay, so we will fast forward to Love's then. Yeah, you all converge in the parking lot. What is your plan?
So I think the 2 doctors will wait outside. I mean, the Terminus has to use the facilities, but I can probably do that too. But we're medical, so we'll be here if something goes down that we need medical help. Got 2 doctors right here.
I'm gonna stick with Special Agent in Charge.
Is that your gun?
No, that's Adams.
That's the name of your gun.
That's extra
Throne,
special
you're
agent
going
in
with
charge.
Adams and Lee as well, or Tal rather.
All right.
Throne, what's your? I was just asking for Throne's plan of action.
Well, this is Adams's shit show. I mean, it's op, so he's the one that's calling the shots.
Okay.
Yeah, Greg, I think we're going to want you too. Or do you have your weapon with you, right?
Sleep with the thing, keep it with me all the time. A standard operating procedure. There are many others like it in this world, but this one is mine.
Very good. I am not entering with my weapon drawn or anything like that. I'm just entering friendly.
Okay. The Love's travel stop is one of those very, very large, they have like showers and usually like a little restaurant inside and things like that.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
But before they go, I will tell them, look, I do have sedatives. If I'll be right outside the door. So if you need me inside, I'll run in and I'll give the guy a shot of sedative.
If you want, I can take one off of you and just take the one that you say knocks the person out, and I can administer it without you having to run in.
Have you ever given somebody a shot?
It's you just stick it in, right?
It's very dangerous if you break off the needle. I wouldn't want you to do something that might hurt him, except shoot him.
All right, Talus.
I can give you. Yeah, hold on. I'll give that to you, but don't stick it in yourself accidentally.
Wait for that prearranged signal of a scream. It usually works really well, or gunfire, one of the two.
Well, here's the thing: this is a full rest stop, so if we're going to be firing at all, we're going to have to be doing with FBI guns, just so it's justified and not traceable.
Also realize
it's traceable, but it's legal.
Also realize that there are about 7 trucks and 15 cars getting gas, and there's people.
Not that, of course. So. Yeah, not of course that Special Agent Adams Of course, we're talking hypothetically. We're not going to shoot, anybody, right?
Of course.
Right. And of course, we'd only do it with an FBI gun. We don't have any others.
Yes, that was an interesting comment, Sam.
It really is. We like to joke.
Oh, I was saying that to
sometimes.
Sullivan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't just sit out.
Hey, I don't know.
No, not at that breaking point yet.
All right. If I know which room he's in, I'll just give it a knock.
This is a gas station, so there are no
Okay.
private rooms.
Where were we just meeting in the parking lot?
Snack aisle.
Okay.
I will say it's reasonable that you had arranged for a way to like identify yourselves. So,
Okay.
Like I said, there's tables inside. There's like a subway. You could
Oh, sure.
decide to meet there, or you could decide to meet in the parking lot. What would be your preferred method? We'll say that you arranged that.
Can I arrange it with military science land so that we have good cover, good sight lines?
Sure. Absolutely.
Great. I have a 60. Do I have to roll?
No, you do not.
Right.
I guess for some reason I was imagining a place that was like with rooms. Since it doesn't, I guess the only place would be like the only place where he could feel comfortable speaking about where he would, if he thinks he's insane, the only place he would feel comfortable is like out back or something.
Look, you could also just pull up your cars so they're facing the driver's side windows are facing each other.
Okay. We could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Some police do it.
So the only person that would be adjacent to me would be Carson.
Yes, that's what it sounds
Right.
like.
Or
Unless you guys want to do like a little
not Carson. Yeah, I'm
vehicle
going
swap.
inside. You guys go ahead. You
Carson
do your
gets out of the
thing.
car.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
need to be here for this.
All right. Tao and Throne get in.
Yeah, I'll
Carson
be
gets
behind Adams. She's at the wheel.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Hello,
So
deputy.
yeah, you do this. They have because this is their parking lots are meant for truckers, so they have a lot of like space. You could kind of meet near the back lot, away from the actual structure itself. You pull up side by side. He looks very young, like fresh out of the academy, nervous, like 2 steps away from a mental breakdown, kind of. You're Adams?
Yes, I am the man you spoke with on the phone. I want you to know we've been pursuing this man that you spoke of for a very long time, this insect man. And I want to know everything you know about the situation. We're very close on his tail.
It's real? The insect man is real?
Yes, I want to know your entire involvement.
Okay. I mostly told. I told you everything I know. I saw the traffic. They'd pulled the police vehicle pulled over this car. I pulled in to see if he needed any help. I saw that it was Texas plates, which seemed strange to me. They don't really have jurisdiction to be pulling over cars around here. So I thought maybe something was really wrong. Like maybe he really needed help with something, and he was rummaging around in the back seat. And
was he wearing a police uniform?
No.
Was he wearing? Describe the rest of his clothing.
If I saw him on the street, I would have thought he was homeless. His clothes were just tattered and hanging off of him, and unkempt and dirty. Just blue jeans and a plaid shirt, nothing special.
Blue jeans and a plaid shirt. Not ragged.
Yeah, it was ragged. It looked, clothes were falling apart, and he looked crazy. He just looked crazy. He looked crazy. You look at someone and you can kind of tell. You look at like a crazy crazy homeless guy on the street. That's exactly what he looked like—a crazy homeless guy.
Crazy homeless guy. Got it. I'm going to give a quick call to my associate. and it will just take one moment. And I roll up the window and call Sam. Or
He's right behind you. Yeah, he's right behind you.
Is he in the car with me?
Yeah, I'm in the car with
Sam
you.
and Throne are in the car. Yeah.
Okay. I speak with Sam instead, and then it says I just say, well, this clearly disturbed man, I think, still has a lot of useful information. It's unclear to me whether he was responsible for all of the disappearances. That seems quite unlikely, but he might be responsible for some.
Are you accusing this Texas cop, or are you accusing this witness? You think the witness is involved?
I do think this witness is involved because he fired several rounds at someone that he described himself as a homeless man.
Okay, if you get his gun, you can probably check if it actually has been fired from the forensics.
That does sound like a good idea. I think we have enough information to arrest him now.
Okay, great. So on your call, I'll arrest him.
That's my order.
But there's no body.
He has admitted to firing into a person several times without reporting intent.
Without the murder weapon, I don't see how this is going to get anywhere. So we should check the murder weapon.
I have received his confession.
Did you record it? Did you get him to sign anything?
It is. Sometimes we have the jurisdiction to arrest people on very strong suspicions.
All right, you got it, boss man. I'm going to get out of the car, and I'm going to ask this man to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, he complies.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to tell him, like, very curtly, put your hand behind your back.
But you guys are the FBI. I told you everything you wanted to know. I told the guys yesterday everything they wanted to know. Why are you trying to? And I'm assuming you're cuffing him up.
What did you tell yesterday?
I was told to forget everything I saw. That I was wrong.
I'm going to push him against the car. A little rough.
Yeah.
Calm down, sir.
I got a call from this guy. He said it was FBI. He wanted to know everything I had seen. And then he told me to forget everything I saw, that it was just a nervous breakdown.
You hearing this, Adams?
Yeah. That's very concerning.
I'm going to take his, did you get this call on a cell phone or a?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Show me.
He shows you the number that it's a number.
I'll show it to Adams.
I don't know why I wasn't informed of this call yesterday.
Looks like a familiar number to you. Number you got a call from 10, 15 minutes ago.
Oh, I may have actually missed this call.
I'm going to put him in the back seat.
Is that alongside
me
then, I guess?
Yeah, Sullivan, you're sitting next to the crazy guy who's just weeping at this point.
Deputy.
How are you doing? Come here
Deputy,
often?
I need your address. What's your home address?
He'll give you his address.
Okay. I tell Agent Sam that I'm going to go investigate his home.
Okay, so you want me to drop Deputy off in the holding cells?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sullivan and I will do that.
All right. So Tao and Throne, you're taking this guy, to the police department to lock up. Adams, Talus and Terminus are, getting snacks at the Loves.
Yeah, I should tell. I'm going to tell Agent Sam. I'll tell Agent Sam that I brought Carson here, so he's going to need a ride with someone else.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll just have Sullivan drop the deputy off then, and I can follow behind him after I pick up Terminus and Winthrop and Blake.
On the drive to his house, I want to call the number that called me.
All right. Agent Adams, good to hear from you.
Hello.
This is Agent Tran with Washington. It has come to my attention that you are working a case that is of interest to my agency.
Understood.
It has also come to my attention that you're working with several gentlemen that may not appear to be who they say they are. And I would caution you against trusting people that are members of a dangerous group of people.
I have trusted them because Agent Greg Sullivan, who has been is a confirmed FBI agent, has told me that they were both agents. Is this incorrect?
If you would like to look into it further, by all means. That is not what we are here to discuss, however. You are free to continue working with these men because it suits the needs of the organization. We are interested in these disappearances that are occurring around this area. Continue investigating. Report all findings to this number. If you find
is this approved
anything,
by Officer
by
Hobbs?
Agent Hobbs? Yes, this is approved by Agent Hobbs. You can make a human intro.
Okay. 48 under 80.
No, he's lying to you.
Understood. I will report further findings to you. One more question. What agency do you work for?
We work for the same agency. Agent Adams, I am with the FBI. My
Earlier in this
particular
conversation, you
branch
spoke-
of the FBI is very interested in this investigation that you've undergone. And most crucially, your goals here are to investigate what is going on, report any and all findings to this number. If you find any items or artifacts that seem unusual in nature, those need to be taken into custody and reported to me, and I will arrange for a pickup. Any people or persons that seem unnatural or unusual should be eliminated with prejudice.
What sub-agency do you belong to? Early in this conversation, you said you were part of some...
You ask a lot of questions, Adams, and I commend you for that. That's a very admirable skill. We in this agency, we also dig quite deeply, 10 years old, right? That's how old little Alexis is. Smart little girl. 5th grader at Abbott Elementary. Straight A student. That's very impressive.
Are you threatening me?
Oh, no, absolutely not, Agent Adams. This is a demonstration of our reach. No one is beyond our reach. Have a wonderful day, Agent Adams, and I'm looking forward to hearing your reports. And he just hangs up on you.
I call Agent Hobbs.
Yeah, Adams. How's it going? Any leads?
Not good. I got a call from an Agent Tran.
Okay.
Are they working within your agency?
I can run the name up the flagpole. It's not ringing a bell. I haven't read anyone else on this except for you.
I would really appreciate that. Is that something that I could receive a report on very quickly?
Yeah, just give me an hour or two, and I'll call you right back. But I'll make it a priority.
Thank you. I continue driving.
Okay. We'll transition back to our other 4 agents. You are hauling in Deputy Lopez to the local police department. Is that correct? Are you doing? Your call. Adam told you to do that, but
yeah, we could really just
could take him to a nice apartment someplace and interrogate him,
or a safe house.
Yeah,
that's what I'd lean more towards, if I'm being honest. I don't like this other people talking to him. That seems like bad news.
That stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you were in the car. I was like, what do you know about Yeah, you did hear that he had gotten a call. That was it.
And I'm not actually there, am I?
We'll meet up.
Yeah.
Why don't we just
come up
pull
with
up to
cans
another
of
rest stop?
Raid and water
You're all
bottles.
driven together. I'm assuming you're
Yeah, we're
gathering.
pretty much like in a convoy. Let's
we're
just pull over
texting.
at like a rest stop and figure out what to do. I'll ask the deputy what he likes to drink or likes to eat. Get him something to eat.
Now that
Icy and a hot dog.
now that Agent Adams isn't with us, I can tell you that I have at my disposal certain abilities to get people to talk, get people to talk.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. What are we doing here?
Let's figure out.
Yeah, this guy doesn't seem like he's a bad fella. Like,
No,
he's
maybe
seen something bad, all right?
If he's been threatened, he could be holding something back. I'm not saying to hurt him, but if I relax him enough, his tongue will get loose, even though he might tell us what he's not supposed to tell us.
I don't know. He seems like he's been kind of just babbling everything. I mean, if we think we can get more out of him, I say go for it, as long as you don't hurt him. But that kind of takes it. You can't really arrest him at that point, because then he'll be like, they drugged me. I don't think they're actual FBI. I mean, the fact that we're handing him a Slurpee alone.
No, that's not. No, police do that.
Really?
I think we do have to level with the guy, at least to a degree. So looking to the deputy on the back, that's in the back seat with me. I don't want to worry you unjustly, but it's always a great statement when you put a big but in there. You mentioned that people had told you to keep your mouth shut. Yeah, we're the only team working this. You've not done anything wrong, but you've come on some people's radar that are some pretty bad people. So we're going to be taking you somewhere for your own safety.
Okay, yeah. I listen, I honestly, I've told you everything I know. The most startling thing, I shot him twice. He just shoved me out of the way, got in his car, and drove away. I looked at the little girl. She was just all eaten up. It was horrible. She was still crying a little bit. She died.
What his eyes look like?
Eyes?
Yeah.
Like eyes?
Okay.
Brown
Not
eyes.
a human face. It was the mouth that was the problem.
It was the mouth. The mouth was all wrong. The mouth.
Did he say anything or make any noises?
Did he bleed?
Just kind of screamed at me. He did bleed. Yeah, he bled, but like he just kept coming. Like it didn't even stop him.
He screamed at you, like a man screams, or did it sound like an animal, or
like an animal? It was terrible. Like I've never heard anyone make that kind of noise before.
And then he drove away in the cop car.
It was like I interrupted him in the middle of whatever he was doing. I don't know.
Did you see the parents? Were they in the cop car?
No, the little girl was. They may have been. I don't know, but the little girl was all alone in the. their car.
You would have most likely seen the parents if they were there. This is very strange.
Yeah. You know,
All right, we
I
can probably just post them up at a hotel.
think that's a good idea.
Tell them to lay low till after.
Again, not want to put too much of a paranoia train of thought on this, but us four are the only people you need to be that are actively on your side. If it's not us that contacts you, you don't answer. You don't go to the door. You get the hell out of there as soon as you can. Okay.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
And he doesn't know our names, so we're good.
Right.
Okay. Once we're alone, I wanna chat with you guys. I've got a maybe thing, but yeah, let's get him set up with the hotel real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him that it's a, well, I'm maybe texting this or something to using Delta Green sign language.
Semaphore out of the car window.
Tell him it's a safe house, but just make it a random motel room somewhere. Unless you want to put him in the green box.
No
He's not going into the green box.
All the weapons.
It's not our job to protect him. That's all I'm saying is, but let him think that.
Yeah, but he should keep quiet about this. So it's good that we scared him into that
Well, now
more than he already was.
Now, folks, this is actually a good opportunity for us if we've got him, thinking he's safe with us. I don't think the sheriff's in on this, unless I'm misreading people. He seems like he kind of likes the deputy here. I'm thinking that might help us get a hold of this car with the Texas plates, the unmarked police car. You don't hide a thing like that. People, if the police are going around and they see it, they're going to go, hey, that's not one of ours.
Realize, too, that out here you can just drive it out in the middle of the desert and leave it.
That's true. That's true.
It might not be found for months or years.
What time is it?
What can we glean from what we know? Somebody called him and told him to stop sticking his nose into it.
Majestic.
So somebody knows what's going on. And they can pretend to be FBI. So yeah, it could either be Majestic, something else, or even somebody in Delta Green who's working in opposition, an infiltrator.
Or just another team that's been assigned to it and they don't know our team's been assigned.
Oh, that's maybe true, but why would they say don't look, don't do anything? They would be doing what we're doing.
Well,
they're still trying to cover it up, aren't they?
Look, someone's going to disappear or die tonight, so we have to look forwards to that.
I think that we can't afford to keep Andrew in the dark. It's just sort of becoming really overly complicated.
Can he be trusted with information?
We'll either trust him, and if he gets out of line and he proves himself untrustworthy, we can do what we need to do. But
so what prevents him from having evidence of the unnatural and then just showing the press or showing everyone willy-nilly?
That's fine. If he did something like that, he would look like an insane crackpot. Everything would be denied.
Proof.
What proof would he have? Unless he's got Insect Man under his arm.
Yeah. Don't let him get a hold of the mandibles, maybe.
Okay. Oh, there won't be anything left once I'm done with this bug man, if there is one.
We got to go shopping because you're talking like this, and he said bullets didn't slow him down. Now, I know your answer is going to be bigger bullets, but I'm thinking chemicals that's how you deal with roaches. So, yeah, let's get some chemicals and, maybe keep some Raid on you, spritz them in the face.
Animals have to breathe. People have to breathe.
Yeah.
I sense that I'm going to be dual wielding 2 cans of Raid at this point.
Just get a big garden sprayer.
Oh,
that's a good plan.
Jam it down his throat.
Yeah, Tao raised a good point though, because you're right. He could hide in the desert, but if he's going out, he's gonna need to stop someone on the road. If we get police out on the road, that's where he's hunting, right? Like, you're gonna find him.
To paint a better picture of this area of the country, it is not just vast desert. There are mountains in this area as well. Yeah. Just making sure we had the full mental picture.
Places to
but
hunt.
are they? I mean, when I drive to Arizona, the mountains are just brown rock.
Yeah,
mostly.
they are. Yeah.
There's not covered in beautiful trees or anything. I'm sure there are parts of Arizona that are like that.
Okay, so we're gonna tell Agent Adams everything, and we're gonna tell him that, hey, we didn't put his deputy in jail. He's in a hotel room.
Let's at least tell him more than he knows now.
Well, I'm not doing it.
I mean, I can.
Okay.
Well volunteered.
I think
All
maybe we
right.
should sit down and be in, solidarity when we're telling him.
Yeah, like
Okay.
an intervention.
Yeah, let's all meet up at Arby's
So starting with the world that you think that you know is not what is real.
or
That's
Applebee's.
a good line. We're gonna have to use that.
Do we have we need something to sort of illustrate? Do we have like red pills and blue pills?
I'll get him a birthday cake.
Tic Tacs?
I've got
We could have got those from Loves.
All right. See, the birthday cake. Congratulations. This is the first day of your life being ruined.
That's very good, actually. I like that.
That would soften the blow quite a bit.
And
Yeah.
there's cake. I like the cake.
All right. Well, speaking of Agent Adams, we'll go back to him. The Felix Royos lives in a low rent apartment building.
Felix Royos is the name of the deputy we were talking.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was talking about the Deputy Lopez.
Okay.
That is where he lives. I don't know why I was splitting out a name of one of the other victims,
okay.
but yes, Deputy Lopez. He does live in like a low rent apartment building.
Okay. I just want to, most natural thing in the world, just try to handle.
Okay. It doesn't give, but it's very cheap. Like you could, with a little bit of force, or this.
Then I will try that little bit of force.
If you don't critically fail it, you'll push it up. It's a strength check.
Okay. Okay.
You pass it,
Or
or at least didn't critically fail it.
I did not critically fail it.
Well, then, yeah.
But it was,
that's all.
no,
Yeah.
it was 78 over 55.
Yeah, it's still it's cheap enough. It you push through it. He has covered the windows in newspaper, and there are takeout containers all over the living room area. It stinks, like stale, like someone who hasn't had a shower in a little while was occupying the space.
I use my evidence collection kit and I just try to go through his apartment and pick out notable details and getting into more and more detail over time.
Okay. I won't make you search for it. I think I'm looking at your search right now. It's adequate. You truly, there is not much to see here. It's just an average man's apartment. It seems like he'd been here for a couple of days, not leaving, just in a anxious, depressive state. And then you know that he had gotten that call a day or two ago, and the newsprint on the paper on the windows does seem recent, like a fit of paranoia, but that's about it. You do find his gun. Yeah, you do find his. Although I guess actually that he probably would have turned that in, honestly, if he's on leave. So no, I correct myself. You would not have found his gun.
Okay. I mean, it confirms my suspicions that he seems incredibly paranoid, which was obvious from the conversations anyway.
Right.
I think that I will. I guess I'm just patiently waiting for the call in my agency car.
Okay. What call are you waiting for? I'm sorry.
I'm waiting for I asked the my superior if he could get back to me, and he said he could get back to
Oh,
me
I'm
in an
sorry.
hour.
Yes, sorry. Yes, you do get a call back. An hour or two later, we'll say it's around 3:30 or so, almost 4 o'clock. Hobson gives you the call. Yeah, I mean, Tran's not an uncommon last name, but there's nobody by that name associated with this case in any way, shape, or form, in the very least.
Okay.
I kind of ran this up the flagpole. No one really seemed to know anything about this case at all. It had kind of fallen across my desk. Like, so the person who assigned it to me knew, but like nobody else.
I've got I received a bizarre call from the number. I rattle off the number, which they spoke as though they were from the FBI. And furthermore, they knew information, intimate details on my own life.
That's
so
alarming.
It feels like they had some amount of background on me, which I feel would only be available to others in the agency. So they knew about this case, and they wanted me to report to them. And they knew I was on this case, furthermore, and they wanted me to report to them instead of you. And they gave those descriptions specifically and knew your name as well.
Huh. That's I gotta tell you, Adams, that's a little concerning, I have to say. These people that have been assigned to work with you, I realize maybe they're a little bit outside of what you are used to working with, but they
Absolutely.
consider it a special task force. Honestly, I would trust them more than I would trust anyone else. Whatever
Really?
else is if you're being threatened by outside forces, if someone is poking their nose in your business, I would say that the gentlemen you're working with are probably the best people that are going to keep you safe or be there and
Now,
have your back.
this is a missing persons case, which is a very important thing. I understand that, but why would it involve such agency drama around it?
The girl's body, that is, there's when strange and unusual cases occur, sometimes that requires a special hand, people that have dealt with odd behaviors, odd psychologies before.
So am I to trust those that are working with me am I to trust their advice as basically an order from you?
Well, Adams, I think that you have to go with your gut, but I would say that I wouldn't trust anyone that's threatening you on the phone and revealing personal
Don't worry,
information.
I will not be reporting to them. Though I am
I'd be
concerned
careful
about
about that too, though, Adams. If they know who you are, and you don't report to them,
I will be calling
I don't
my
know.
family.
I'll flag it. I don't know. Just you need to be careful, Adams.
Understood. Well, I'll be meeting back up with my team. Thank you.
All right, yeah, just keep reporting back. Yes, thank you.
I call my wife.
Okay. What's her name?
Can I write it down? We'll say that it's Samantha.
Samantha. Okay. And Andy, how are you? How's the case going?
I've actually got something I need to talk with you about. So I received a threat of sorts by someone who seemed to know information about me. I want you to I think you should go on a trip with our daughter.
Is
maybe
everything
out of
okay?
state.
Are you in danger? Are we in danger?
I'm not in danger, and you won't be in danger as long as you listen to my instructions.
Okay, okay. I trust you, Andy. We'll go visit my mom. How about that? Is that okay?
That's fine.
Just don't
I'll be
call
fine.
call me. Keep me in the loop, please.
Absolutely. Goodbye. I end the phone call, and then I guess I just call. I'll call Sam.
Okay.
Hey, Agent Adams, we're all having dinner and we'd love for you to be there.
All right. Where?
Applebee's.
Sounds great. Meet you there.
All right. Well, we'll say you all converge on a little private corner of Applebee's. Did you get the cake?
Yes.
It's a lava cake.
It's got a little candle in it.
Yeah, it's weird that he started out with this, and it took him a little longer than I thought, so it might be a little chilly, but
That's all right. All right, take it away, folks.
Hey,
Agent Adams, buddy, kind of pats the booth. Take a seat over here, huh?
All right.
So, what was that line you said, Talus? The world is a lie, and we're gonna offer you a pill, but okay.
Yeah.
So there's probably actually a bug person. I'm just gonna rip that band-aid off right now. There's probably actually a bug person, and we're like the bug killers, right? I'm gauging your reaction. You seem nonplussed.
Actually, I think he's figuring out how to run for the door. And
Yeah.
Well, how do I get out of this chicken
Look,
shit outfit?
I assure you, we're completely sane,
look,
except for Thom.
you've noticed that there are some really weird things about our methods. Would you agree?
Honestly, I'm a 30-year-old agent. I don't really know what to expect. I do think that there is something wrong with this case in particular. It is a case that I was told that I was going to be in charge of. And now I have my superior agent telling me that everyone else in this group is in charge of my actions.
We there's a lot that you are not aware of.
I've received a call that was very upsetting from apparently the FBI that my actual superior had no idea about, but they seemed to know a lot of information on me. They told me to report to them instead of my superior agent.
And you're telling us this? Did you tell your superior?
Of course.
That's Hobbs.
Yes.
And what did he say?
He basically told me that in a time such as this, I need to trust the agents that are with me.
Okay, then we'll level with you.
Yeah.
We're not FBI.
There are
Hey, speak
different.
for yourself, monkey boy. I am.
Yeah. Some of us are, some of us aren't. There are different levels of what people need to know. You know, the whole need to know basis. The level that you are on, you're considered a very good agent. You're honest. You're inquisitive, and so forth. And so you were kind of chosen by Hobbs to join and replace one of our previous members. We are a subset of agents that are called in for very bizarre and strange things. The truth is, there are
And you're
things...
all working for Greg, Agent Greg.
No, we all work for higher up the chain.
Yeah.
You work for FBI?
Just like
higher.
your boss is probably working for higher up the chain.
Yeah. We there are things, okay, this is going to sound nuts. There are things in this world that the average common person doesn't need to know. If they knew, they wouldn't be able to function normally. They need to live their lives, enjoy their families, go to their jobs, have their birthday cakes, by the way. And,
I pull it up. There's
Yeah.
one candle in it, and I light it.
But
it's not my birthday, Agent.
No,
but wait, who is? Let me word it this way: who is granting you the authority to pursue who these cases?
we can't exactly tell you that. In part because we're not 100% sure, but we kind of know a bit of the history of it. The group was formed back in the 1920s. It functioned as part of the government until the 60s, and then it was necessary for it to go kind of underground. There are members in every level of government, not only in this country, but in other countries. And it has to remain a confidential sort of thing, because what we're talking about, Agent, is that things like this insect thing are real. And our job is to find it, hunt it down, and eliminate it if it is a threat to the world. It sounds completely insane, but we've been doing this for years, and we are not alone. There are agents everywhere who are working on this. And now, from what you've told us, there seems to be counter agents of some sort that we need to worry about now. Just had an earthquake.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did the earth move for you?
Yep.
that's Applebee's.
So I know this is a lot to process. It was just the food.
That cake, I tell you.
Someone had the chili con carne again, hey?
Okay, as far as these counter agents are concerned, they seem... I have good reason to believe that they have the power to harm my family, considering they know so much about me and the cases that I'm on. Does your agency have any way to offer me
protection for your family?
Yes.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. However, what we're telling you now, you can't share with your wife.
Oh, absolutely. I already don't share anything about my job.
Oh, wow. This
Yeah,
guy's
in
ready
this
to be a
case-
real agent.
In this case, you really have to keep it under wraps. You can talk to other agents about it, but you can't talk to anybody else because they won't understand. They'll think that you're a crackpot, and it could lead to you getting killed, or your fellow agents getting killed. Or there are things in this world that want to destroy the world or take it over, or albeit we know of some aliens from other places too that have to be eliminated. In this case,
Not
we
just
don't know. We don't know what we're dealing with. We've never encountered this insect thing before.
Well,
And those aliens aren't just from Mexico, mind you.
cutting through all of that, I'm cornered, literally speaking. as well as cornered in many other ways. I am at your service.
Yeah, welcome to the shit. You're in it.
That's
Now
what
blow
the
out your
birthday
candles.
cake is for.
Yeah, eat some cake. It'll make you feel better. But also, like, you were selected from this because you're a smart fella. Now, I'm sure you're thinking about this, right? You're feeling cornered, you're feeling trapped. There's a million ways out of this. It's all right. This has happened before, and now we know. We're trusting each other as a team, and that's important. For example, all we got to do is find nothing. It's easy. We solve it. We get rid of it. We find nothing. You report to this Agent Tran. You go, geez, I don't know, boss. I didn't find nothing. It was a guy with a weird face. I don't know. And then we look like complete idiots. And we stumble around the highway for a bit. They go, these guys don't know what they're doing. There must have been nothing here. They move on. And all of a sudden, they're wasting their time looking at your family. And you move on.
Yeah, just feed them enough information that'll
Yeah.
satisfy them.
Guy in a Halloween mask.
I can keep them 7 days behind at all times or something.
Great.
Perfect.
I think that I think you should start working on the idea of getting your family out of there, wherever your family is.
I've commenced with something small. I have larger plans brewing.
Look, everything's on the table now, so we're on even playing field. So, and my job here, and I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder, is to keep everyone safe. So that's what I'm going to do.
So there's still some things that we can't tell you that, like, we're not authorized to, but we will be telling our superiors what's going on, and they will approach you.
That's fine.
Okay, I guess we should show them the green box.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the deputy's not been arrested. Also, we should probably mention that before you go telling people.
Of course.
But yeah.
We put them in a safe place.
A hotel room.
Green box. Whenever we move into an area, we set up a green box. We put supplies there. And sometimes we find things that are really, really, really disturbing. We put those there too. So right now we don't have any of those, but my guess is we will have some of those eventually. Let's take him to the green box.
Yeah, let's drive over and formulate a plan, because whatever is going to happen today, because it's Friday.
Miss, can we get a box for this? Because I want to take that with us.
you
Oh, it's
barely
your
touched your
birthday.
cake.
Happy birthday, honey.
I have not.
Old lady. Sweet.
I have not
Old
taken a
lady.
slice from the cake.
Oh, I have. Hell yeah.
Happy on birthday. Yeah.
This is the first day of the downfall
The
of
end
your
of your
life.
life.
Yeah.
All right. Is that the plan for all 5 of you to go to the green box? Does anyone?
I would like to
anything
see
else?
what Tao has set up.
Terminus, I see you kind of shaking your head a bit.
Yeah, I think this is a good time for me to do my shopping. I'm
go
gonna
shopping.
I'm gonna go get some real deadly chemicals.
All right. Very well. Vern, you going along for the ride too?
Yeah, I'm going to go along, but I'm also going to be keeping an eye out just to make sure no one's tailing us at this point, because if we potentially have a rival agency or rival group here, I want to know about it.
That's fair. Very good. Make an alertness roll.
This is why I put a lot of points in it, and the dice is still probably going to screw me.
No.
No, 18 is well under my 80, so yes.
Currently, nobody is following you, but I will assume that you are kind of keeping that alertness going. So, yeah.
I think
All right.
that we should find more rental cars and switch in case they've somehow bugged we should get new burner phones.
Never a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, shopping crew can get that.
Sure, yeah. Burner phones. Yeah, if you find stuff, give me a call on your break.
If you can get maybe acidic materials, I can probably load that into buckshot shotgun
yeah.
shells.
I think I'm getting acidic materials. Don't you worry about that.
Actually,
I've got some
alkaline
gunsmithing.
bleach bleach is pretty deadly.
Bleach, yeah, a little bit of bleach.
Not sure what kind of acid you could get that would be strong enough to do any damage immediately. Oils. You can use oils to kill bugs because they get into the crooks and crannies. And
Yeah, I mean, anything we can fill a shotgun shell with,
Yeah,
I can turn it.
Just annoyed this thing doesn't live anywhere near the ocean because I'm thinking a harpoon gun would be really good about now.
it doesn't make any noise. You might be able to get something like that at a sporting goods store.
Adams, without he lives in a world until he sees with something with the evidence of his own eyes that is only a quarter believing them. But I do have a shotgun in my agency car if that would be of any use.
You're not going to want to use that because they'll know that you fired it and all that. We have guns that we can get rid of. Hence why I went shopping earlier.
There's also, if this thing does have, we were hypothesizing earlier, thinking that if it is like a bug and it has like a carapace armor, that pellets against that might just bounce off.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I wasn't being facetious when I was saying about a harpoon.
What about a hatchet?
Maybe, but that involves getting way up close and personal, and I'm not exactly wanting to get into arm's reach distance of this thing.
Didn't the deputy's report was that it had like human eyes? I think,
and that it bled.
Wearing human skin.
Oh, okay.
Or it's just inhabiting it. It could be that it's a parasite that has basically taken up position in the mouth. It might not be the whole body.
That's true. How about tasers?
Yeah. I think tasers. I was thinking bear spray. That's why I was asking about the eyes, which is great because if we can blind him.
While they're having this long conversation about the various kinds of aliens it could be, Andrew Adams just stands up and goes to his agency car and just sits in it.
Okay. Very well.
I think you did that pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Well, see, right, he's either processing it or he's calling the FBI and saying, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't pull a gun on us. He looks pointedly at Tao.
We did give him a cake, so what kind of evil masterminds would give somebody a cake?
Well, it depends on whether it's mint frosting or not.
Ooh.
So I see, Terminus, your wish list, probably sans harpoon, but the rest of it should be actually very easy to acquire.
Yeah. He's definitely going to look like a serial killer as he's buying these, but he's okay with that.
This is Arizona. Very nice. We don't ask many questions. The rest of you take Adams to the green box. Adams, you are brought to a storage facility that is like wall-to-wall weapons. Like a doomsday prepper's dream.
There's a milk crate and a fold-out plastic table in the middle of the room that has Johnny Walker Black on it.
This should at least prove to you that we're not making this up on the spot.
Adams is living in a split reality where half of it is that they're all right. There's aliens or bugmen or whatever. And then the other half is that these people are planning something that involves a lot of weapons and they're complete civilians, basically.
I hate to break it to you, but your statement is partly wrong. It's not aliens or bugmen. There's an "and" in there, not an "or."
He looks dazed.
Plus, there's evil people too, and they're sometimes the worst of all.
I'm going to snap my fingers in front of his face, Adam's face, like, "Hey, we need you focused, all right? Because you go in there, and you're not at your A game. You're not going to come out."
I could be ready for a mission. Just assign it to me.
Okay, just No, I'll have your back.
Are you familiar with any of these weapons? You should be.
Yeah, I've converted some guns to submachine gun to fully automatic. If you want to take some, you can.
Yes, I'm all right with a firearm, not great.
Okay.
Right.
So I guess we'll just wait for the rest of the crew to go shopping. I'm just gonna do some prep with getting rid of serial numbers and all that for the guns.
All right.
You move to another hotel.
Is that your plan? Pack up, go to another hotel, get
I
your
think we
rental
should quickly
cars?
go in, grab everything, get out, and go someplace random. Because
Okay, that's
whoever
easy enough.
that other thing is they're watching us.
So around 6 o'clock is when you finish your chores, moving things, picking up, relocating. What would you like to do?
Suppose we should patrol like we were talking about the other day.
It's all along 70. So
Yeah.
it's all in Arizona. How long is 70 in Arizona?
It is currently, all of your cases have been confined inside of the reservation, which is, I think 40 or 50 miles. We'll just say it's
Okay.
about that stretch that
Driving.
goes through the reservation, east-west through the reservation. Yeah.
How lonely is this highway? So there's like not a lot of people driving to and fro, especially at night.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet for the most part.
So
You
here's
get
the thing,
some
right?
traffic in bursts, but yeah.
Yeah, if there's automatic fire, like that can just be hand waved to be a truck backfiring.
Mhm.
So we could get away with firing weapons out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Do we
I'm not
have
too
automatics
worried.
enough?
I have an automatic. I know Throne has an automatic.
All right.
I mean, that's probably why this thing is picking this place, right? Like the whole point is that it's able to pick people off. This is
Right.
easy prey. That's why it couldn't do it in Houston. Which, by the way, should we follow up on that? Like, do you know how long this guy's been bug faced? Oh, I'm so glad we can talk about this in front of you, Adams. This makes it so much easier.
Well, we
Would you
don't
like
have any.
to run Braverman's name, the FBI flagpole, through the record?
Yeah.
Probably good idea.
Yeah.
Have Adams do it so he gets more evidence.
I mean, Braverman could have come here sleeping with a whore and got killed in the process and then taken over. And
But he was acting weird when he turned up. So before he even got to the hotel.
What are they even trying to do?
It's interesting.
was Braverman killed in Texas and the bug thing moved here? Wouldn't we
Maybe.
have heard some reports of the bug thing in Texas?
It's interesting that you said the guy said he was talking to himself, right? So that to me says he was being controlled in some fashion. So it might be that he came out here and they got him. Because at some point he stopped coming back to the hotel, which means he didn't need whatever's at the hotel anymore, or they, got him.
You also said that it could just be something living in his mouth.
Yeah. Like one of those fish thingies. Takes over your tongue.
Oh, the fish. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Candiru. That's just kind of worse.
He's talking about that louse thing that gets into fish's mouths.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I was thinking the one that
Things.
runs up your dick when you pee in the Amazon.
Oh, that's
Ugh, no.
Oh, well, that would be certainly a different situation, and I'd ask the deputy how exactly that happened. Did he notice the teeth? I'm just saying.
Why does he keep
Oh,
talking
boy.
to his crotch?
Yeah.
He's talking to him. That's the thing.
But I mean, the point is, yeah, it's definitely grabbing people. It's interesting that it's moving further out of town, right? Like the first few people it grabbed, they were like Royos and Hernandez. They were pretty close in town. Stoltz, a little further, a little quieter. Now these families, they're pretty far out. They're not really by anything.
What if it came into town, started there, and then it found itself a little shack out in the middle of the desert, and now it's...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've not got any bodies, have we, apart from the kid?
Correct.
Which means
Breeding hosts, maybe.
All insects lay their eggs on hosts that keep them alive while the thing is feeding on them. Oh geez, this is getting so horrific. I hope that's not what's happening.
We maybe want to make a flamethrower or something like that.
I can try making a flamethrower with my weapons.
God,
gunsmithing.
Like
Well,
if you would allow that.
Let's see what
You just
Terminus
need
brings back
propellant,
from the store.
right?
Yeah.
I might just blow myself up and kill myself.
Actually,
Okay.
Actually, the formula for napalm's pretty simple. It's just soap and gasoline.
Great. So you can tell them what to buy.
Oh, yeah,
and I can make
no
the
problem.
propellant.
Although, can any of us use a flamethrower? AKA, have we got the heavy weapons skill?
Well, there's an easier way. You can get a garden sprayer and just put kerosene in it. It's not as... It throws liquid kerosene that's on fire.
Molotovs
I've
are
done that in the
easier.
garden.
We're watching Terminus's cart just fill up with more and more.
And then it's 2 carts.
Yeah.
I will state for the record, I do not know how to use a flamethrower.
That's fair.
Mhm.
I would assume most people don't.
Make sure you get a couple of these.
Adams, are you looking into Braverman? We kind of talked about that.
I'm sorry, remind me of who that is.
The police.
The cop, we found the badge.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Just it's easy enough to do, so I won't make you roll a bureaucracy, but roll search for me as well.
49 under, I think that's higher than that. 49 under 50.
Okay. So you're going to get after some digging, you'll get a confidential notice from the FBI, and digging a little bit, you also find a newspaper article discussing Braverman as well, but we'll start with the FBI notice.
Originating office, Houston, Texas. Date, June 30th. Distribution, all field offices. Subject, fugitive alert. Multiple murder suspect. Summary. The Houston Police Department have requested that we raise Bureau awareness concerning the recent disappearance of Houston Police Department Officer Kenneth Braverman, age 33, Caucasian, 6'2", and medium build. Braverman is wanted in connection with the murder of his wife, Elaine, age 32, 2 children, Jacob, aged 9, and Hannah, aged 6, and is also the main suspect in connection with a series of recent prostitute murders involving body dismemberment/mutilation in the Houston area. From early this month, June 1997, Houston PD began to receive reports that prostitutes in the city were going missing. 11 disappearances in total were reported. In the following weeks, some of those reported missing turned up dead in disused buildings, drainage pipes, and similar locations. In all cases, these bodies showed signs of severe blood loss, mutilation, and dismemberment. Other unidentified body parts were also discovered in various locations. Houston PD investigations eventually centered on Officer Braverman. The same mystery man had been spotted with each of the victims, and his car and license plate were eventually made by a witness. Braverman was also a close fit for composite sketches made of said mystery man. Up until this time, Braverman was regarded as a model officer, and mandated psychiatric evaluations detected nothing at all to indicate mental imbalance of this magnitude. Braverman may have been tipped off by colleagues in the Houston PD that he was under suspicion. Whatever happened on June 28th, he decided to murder his family by slashing their throats, and is then thought to have absconded to parts unknown. Braverman may be operating under the alias Nathaniel Abate. Bureau personnel who obtain any information concerning the whereabouts of Kenneth Braverman should contact this office, who will then liaise with Houston PD Special Agent James W. Defoe.
And you find a newspaper article that catches your eye.
New Orleans cannibal killer apprehended by Houston police. Mayor Lanier honored Houston police officer Kenneth Braverman after apprehending Elijah Jackson, the infamous New Orleans cannibal. Police were called to the Budget Suites near FM 288 to investigate a disturbance late on the night of the 26th. Jackson was killed during a fierce struggle with Braverman, in which he attacked the officer with crazed ferocity. The subsequent autopsy, made doubly difficult by the stomach wounds sustained, disclosed the horrifying fact that Jackson had consumed human flesh recently, connecting him beyond question to the recent spate of disappearances and grisly discoveries of dismemberment and partially eaten body parts, which had gripped New Orleans in a state of anxiety for weeks. It is believed that Jackson acted alone after arriving to New Orleans from Nashville a month ago. He had a history of homelessness and mental illness, and NOPD believed he had recently fled the city when he became a person of interest. Houston Press, 28th of May, 1997.
Stunned silence all round.
Well, we weren't there to hear it, so.
I thought you were all together.
Are we all together? I thought he was in
Yeah,
his car.
Yeah. Here, help me unload. I got all kinds of stuff.
I could, if I was in my car, I don't actually remember. If I was in my car, I report to everyone the information.
What was the date on? So it's New Orleans, then
It
Houston?
was, so the fella killed his family on the 28th, Braverman, right? That of June. I think that's a Thursday.
June.
According, yeah.
28th. The first article was May 28th.
Yes.
So exactly.
they had that
newspaper article
disturbance.
about it
Yeah.
was May 28th.
And then the 26th, though, is when he actually, stopped the cannibal, which that sure seems like maybe something passed,
Something in the cannibal. It said that there was a great struggle with Braverman. So if that was the case, then something might have transferred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than just tongue.
Which means that maybe on the 28th it's going to try and transfer again, or it needs a month of feeding to. But there's a missing month, so
if it's trying to transfer bodies, if we're going to go along this train of thought, shouldn't we be looking for the family that went missing? Anyone that matches their profile? It's wearing their skin.
that's true. We don't know that this guy looks like.
Also, we still don't know who went missing on the 25th. Because it was originally,
true.
we said
that's a good point.
Nathaniel stopped paying, but who went missing? You got a pticture of the fella? Maybe we run it
Yes.
by the deputy and see, because that would let us know if he'd switched bodies again, right? Because if the fella
Right,
goes,
right.
that's the weirdo I saw.
Yeah, we'll
he's
do a panel
still-
of faces, like which one did you see? We also have to know that this thing is smart because it's been using a police car and sirens to stop people.
Yep.
So it's learning after
Knows
every
how to
single kill.
drive.
Yeah,
Well, it may have been around for a long time.
true.
Or if it is just a like a parasite, then it's using the host's own skills.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I'll make the image panel with the faces, and I'll head over to the deputy, Mr. Lopez.
Yeah, you lay it all out. He seems to have calmed down a bit, feels safer.
Yeah, I'll bring him some food.
Oh, it's very nice of you. So you lay out the photographs and ask him to
Which one did you see?
identify What is the composite? Is it random images plus the police officer? Is it the
No.
victims and the
It
police
is
officer?
the police officer, random images, and all of the victims up to when we started.
And he looks, he's thinking, and he's giving it careful consideration. But he looks back and says, I don't recognize any of these people.
Do you show him a picture of Braverman?
He's in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Braverman is in there.
Okay.
So it's the missing one.
Yeah.
Which maybe is why they haven't flagged as being missing if they've been moving in plain sight.
Right.
Well, thank you for your help. Stay put.
Yeah,
We'll sort this out.
He was I would assume that you would ask him to describe what this guy looked like. That thin. I think maybe he was like native from around here. Just raggedy clothes, and he'll again like describe in better detail the clothes, like the colors and things like that. The color.
Oh, fucking hell. We haven't asked anyone from the reservation if they've gone missing, if people have gone missing.
Like they're going to tell us.
Well,
they do
always get
they
friendly
like
with them.
Adams. Yeah, they like Adams. The sheriff kind of got on with him.
Yeah.
Also, it's just responsible. We need to tell the sheriff that there is a maniac running around killing people.
And
I mean, he kind of knows that, but
the liaison is going to be absolutely thrilled when we're going to say to him, hey, one of the people living on the reservation is a serial killer. Great.
We should also, depending on how available or accessible this info is, we should probably look to see if we can get records pulled up from the reservation's layout that meet any of those criteria that were previously listed in the news article, like sewer pipes, networks underground, disused buildings, and basically start pinning down some ideas of, if he's got the same MO, which of the places he's most likely to use on the reservation.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. That's a great idea.
We got to hustle because he changes, or the things changes skin today. Assuming.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
yeah,
jumps
but
into another mouth.
Is it because the body is rotting?
Oh,
Because how long does it take for a human body to decay? About a week?
Well, yeah, but wouldn't we be finding those bodies then? Wouldn't we have found Braverman's body, or they would have found Braverman's body?
Not if they keep him off the beaten path. You wouldn't want to leave it around. It's a note. Royos, one of the first fellas that went missing, right? He may have a meth lab with a partner around. Remember Adams, the sheriff, talked with us about that. That would be a real easy spot if you needed a bunch of people and you needed bodies not found. A meth lab out in the boonies.
All right. Well, we know who to look for right now, but that might change later tonight. So we just need to...
Yep.
We can either rush and head over to the reservation and look, or we can wait for the thing.
Considering that I spoke with the tribal liaison before, I think at least I'll go. Are we going to go as a group of 5, or?
I'll stick with you.
Over that.
Yeah, I
Do we
think
want to
it's a good
drive-
idea.
Do we want to later drive up and down Highway 70?
Yeah, I think so.
It'll take us about half an hour to drive one way and then half an hour back.
Yeah, and
Just
we'll be
keep
on
doing
opposite
that?
ends.
Okay. So, Adams, you're going to speak with the liaison. Is that correct? Okay. So, is anyone going with Adams? All right.
Yeah, I'm going.
Terminus is your shadow. Okay. Yeah, he agrees to meet with you. It's very evident that the last few weeks are taking their toll. Have you found any information at all?
Well, we've we found that there might be some involvement from someone within your community, which is something we are obligated to investigate. So we're going to have to speak to more members of your community than you alone.
I understand. It might make it go down a little bit easier if I were present, if you'd allow it. But if not, I can make arrangements for interviews and things.
I'll look at Greg if he's here.
If you want me to be there, I'll be there. But I was maybe
sorry.
advising.
I look at Sam.
I mean, you should probably be here. Yeah, that'd be good. What did the fella, he gave us a description, right? The one that kind of saw him, kind of thin, raggedy clothes. Do you have anybody out of town that you like that matches the description of?
Or anyone in town? Anyone in town whose
Yeah.
behaviors have changed within the past week?
Or month?
Week.
It's a pretty broad description, I have to be honest, detective agent, but nothing is off the top of my head. I can check records, I can't nothing is coming to mind immediately. No.
Friends and family haven't noticed any changes in behavior.
No. Do you have some lead? Like, what is this line of thinking or what is this line of inquiry that you're thinking? Maybe I can help if you told me more.
So we have brown eyes on this figure, and what was the hair color?
Probably black.
Dark black.
Dark black, and they were found on the highway.
Mm.
By the Van Olsen family, kind of where that was.
I got to tell you, black hair and brown eyes is a lot of the people around here, but I'll ask around. I'm not brushing off this suggestion. Let me see. I don't know, but
Well, it's actually of such great urgency that it's not going to be just you asking around.
Okay.
I think that if you want to be present, that is absolutely fine with all of us. But I think we're going to begin our investigation immediately.
Okay. Well, thank you for including me in this conversation, these investigations. Absolutely. Where would you like to start? We'll start there. Because you had a couple of different things you were talking about.
So it was very small lead that I don't even know if it's the best thing to go off of right now. Is we did get the numbers of the other people that were working with the missing woman.
Yes.
Is this just a long list of numbers?
Names, numbers, and he will backpedal and say, it's probably better if you do that without me. They're not going to want to talk with me around.
Understood. It doesn't seem... Thank you for your help.
We should probably get the you said Royos, he had some drug friends or whatever, these are the kind of people you probably don't see every day. Do you know kind of where they operated out of?
Yeah, I can give you last known addresses. If you want, I can have my guys round them up, bring them in the station if you want, or I can just give you the...
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, I'll go do that then. And,
Thank you for your cooperation.
Absolutely. Anything.
As I make my way outside, I want to talk to Carson and just say, it feels like they're going to not be very interested in talking to the FBI, and all I have is phone numbers.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's usually a lot easier if you just go talk to them face to face. You lose something over the phone.
we don't have that capacity, unfortunately, because the only.
Oh, that's fine. I'll go talk to him. There, sure.
Okay. Do you want to try to arrange those conversations?
I mean, I can just go to the Love's Park, right? We know where they're gonna be.
No, it's under. I'm under the impression that was only her location.
Oh, you don't know a whole lot
Yes, I
about
do.
oh wow, you really are young, huh? Okay. All right, sure. Yeah. Well, I think
Listen.
if I go there, there's probably people that know we're there.
Okay.
It's
Understood.
I'll just say it's a busy area. She probably has friends.
Right.
I think. Hold on, I'm just looking at these victims again, and if we are just continuing along the trend of bodies being stolen, Felix Royo's badge gets showed to him. He's a kid, so he's easy to manipulate to get a loan. And it's proven in the video. Let's say his skin gets taken. Of course, it makes sense that he'd go to a Love's travel stop to get a prostitute. I mean, that's what the skin is. Next is Shelley. She's a female and a working woman. So, of course, she might get two guys, Ed Stoltz and Chris Martin. It just makes sense. So
All right.
The fact that there are missing families, so it might have a storehouse of bodies that it can switch with.
Yeah.
But I bet it might not be preserved, right?
I thought the fella had shown up at the hotel. Like they saw this Nathaniel Abate fella, right? The Nathaniel Abate, Kenneth Braverman. Like I thought the hotel guy had seen him close to that time. So that's why I'm just wondering, maybe he doesn't switch bodies every time.
No, probably not. Well, if he's in danger. But
when the body rots.
Yeah.
But Lee, you showed him all of the pictures of all of the people, and he didn't recognize any of them.
Right. So
it's in somebody else's body already.
Yeah, it might be in the Dieter or Olsen.
I thought you showed them.
You showed him those
bodies, right?
Well, of course he wouldn't know what they are because he saw that a month ago. Right?
No, I'm thinking it's in this other missing victim, the one that was probably picked up on the 25th that we haven't found yet, which could be
we don't know what
from
he
the
looks
reservation.
Like.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with the Native Americans, they all look very similar, dark hair, and
Well, that's us investigating like back in time, right? We know that the most recent person going missing is that rental car with Dieter and the other travelers or tourists.
Right. And that's
now
the one
is
that the deputy
15th.
saw.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. That was my understanding, is he saw the fella eating the baby. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't if he hadn't shot him, there probably would be no evidence of said baby.
Okay.
Right. It might be a little fatalistic, but what are the chances that we're just dealing with a great many who mostly don't show their face?
Yeah, just wanted to get the timeline straight. Okay.
Are you suggesting, question. Adams, there might be more than one of them?
I think that it might actually be useless to assume that there's more than one of them. Because we want to assume the case is solvable when we're trying to solve the case.
That's true. It could be unsolvable. There could be multiple ones. It could be a whole conspiracy. I also think our analogy of cockroach is incorrect. I think that it's more like a leech or a flea that drains blood, because all of them have had their blood drained.
I think it might be wise to start getting feet on the ground and getting moving.
Yep. No pushback there.
Did you say you had something in mind other than driving the stretch? I was making sure that I hadn't neglected an action that you wanted to take.
I was thinking about trying to see if there were places we could identify based on the kind of the APB report of sewers, pipes, abandoned buildings, and see if we could map those kind of locations onto a map of the reservation to get an idea of the places that they might potentially be using if they're sticking to a similar MO.
Okay. Yeah, you can easily ask around, kind of get an idea of drainage pipes, abandoned buildings, and things like that. Are you kind of spending the evening chasing that lead down, maybe going to those locations, or you just wanted to have a map of that?
Oh, I'm not going on there on my own. No, fuck that. I just want the list of places that if it comes up to say, oh, we've got a lead that takes us here, that is an immediate red flag to say, hey, that's a potential place where this thing could be.
The den.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I saw in the chat someone thought about putting out an APB for.
Yeah, do we want to just have the sheriff do that? Like, he's gonna have people going out, rounding up people all over the place. I don't see why we don't put a Texas plate APB. Give us a call as soon as you see it. What looks like an unmarked car.
Well,
Jog my memory. How much have we worked with this sheriff? I don't. Didn't he seem a little? He seemed bristly to us.
At first.
He was state police.
Yeah,
and he kind of took as a personal
right.
that you were here.
I absolutely think you should do that.
What if we asked him to call kind of like a tribal meeting, bringing all of them? I mean, I'm not sure if they'll do it, but might be reluctant.
I don't even know if he has that capacity.
I don't either, but maybe like for a town emergency. The thing is that who doesn't show up for the meeting?
That's a good plan.
Of course, it might just be that this family's like, fuck the sheriff. We'll just stay home. You know,
that's
but
kind of
it
my
means we have we immediately have a smaller group of people to check on rather than having everyone that we currently have at the minute.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think very likely that we are going to either see driving up and down the road, we are either going to see a car or two cars pulled over to the side of the road, or we're going to see a car speeding away, in which case we pursue it. Because it's just the one road. So if if we just keep crossing each other's path, going back and forth, we're going to see all the cars. Unless he's going off into the...
He did it on at least one occasion because he got the two hikers or the two campers.
That's true. He also might be on to us.
Yeah, and if we're splitting up and doing the whole you go one way, we go the other way, that's half of us in one car. I'd rather prefer 5 against 1 rather than 2 or 3 against 1.
So, well, I mean, we could drive back and forth altogether, and it's less odds, but it's still pretty good odds that we're going to see a car.
Now, if I'm, gonna put out a suggestion, we're talking all about keeping an eye out, which is good, but we have rentals. Why don't we rent a minivan and act like we're, a mark?
Okay.
Somebody, one of us can put on a wig. I'm not saying it has to be me, but you get what I'm saying, right?
You want to go camping.
You look like a family. You look like maybe you don't know what you're doing here. Maybe you're checking a map every so often in the driver's seat. He goes, easy prey. I'm gonna
maybe he could also
be guy's face.
He could also be miles away from where we are camping.
Well, you'd want to keep driving. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to just stop because otherwise, what are the odds?
It reminds me of that scene from Pee Wee Herman. I mean, the chances that we're going to catch him tonight are okay, but we might still miss him. And the whole 7 days thing, that might also be our imagination. We might have seen a pattern that's not actually really there.
Only one way to find out.
I think we're following the best leads we have. I just want to bring this up. I don't think all of us are very combat capable in the way that would be useful for this. Why don't we have maybe Agent Throne and Agent Tao, who are, I believe you're both armed with automatic weapons and trained to use them.
You've
or
seen the green
trained-
box.
I think most of us wouldn't even be very useful in a combat situation.
Overwhelming odds still, at least overwhelming numbers can still have its advantage.
It's just a thought.
Well, yeah, we're not entirely unskilled in these weird things.
Or at least the two doctors could maybe make use of their time in a better way.
Yeah, I do have to agree, as I don't really want to be in the middle of a firefight. That's not really my MO.
And I think
It's a raid spray fight.
Yeah, right. I could zip a couple of these raid things and throw them. But if something comes at me with insect teeth, I really don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
I'll drive. That way you guys can jump out of the car quickly if you need to.
I guess that just leaves Carson, and he may as well come because he has a.
Well, you know what? If it's not too crazy, why don't I kind of do a crow's nest? I can hang out with the sheriff. He's going to be bringing in all these people over the night. We need somebody to get calls between the cars. I'm happy to help that way.
Yeah. And I'm there if somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
All right, this works.
All right.
In any case, load up on guns.
Plan
Yeah.
next week.
Cool. Our players included Matthew Sanderson, Chase Kapner, Nathan Decker, Alex Sun, and myself with Holly Buteau as the handler. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members. You can set up private games. You can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you would like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.